welcome back to another edition of State of the Union, everybody. My name is Pete Haviland-Eduah, and I'm the Student Forum President. Today we had our first Student Forum meeting of the term. For those of you that would like to know, they are Tuesdays now, not Mondays, Tuesdays at 5 p.m. in Reamer 410, right at the fourth floor. Come up, take a right, into the hallway on the right side. That's where our forum meetings are. All are welcome. But anyway, I would like to welcome everyone back from spring break. I hope you had a great spring break and a great first week back from classes. We have a lot going on this term, so it's going to be my job to keep you guys informed. So let's get into it. Today we met with Professor Bob Baker of the Philosophy Department to talk about the new academic honor code that's being proposed for Union College students. Now, there's a lot of information about the honor code, and I'm not going to go into great detail during the State of the Union because I could be talking to you guys for an hour about all the different intricacies of the new academic honor code. So I'll just give you guys some highlights in what they're talking about. The honor code, it would be good because it would put us on a level with peer institutions, and it's a very good look for students that are applying, and it just gives Union more prestige, and it's just a really good look for our college. And what exactly it would do, it would change the way sort of students and professors interact. Right now, students and professors interact basically at the discretion of the professor. With this new academic honor code, it would afford students to be able to do things like during finals week. A professor could say, okay, you have 3 days to do this final, so just make sure you get it to me by this date. So a student could conceivably take a final on Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday, just go drop it off at the professor's office. So if they wanted to go home a little bit earlier, they could take it earlier. If they wanted some more time to study, they would have that leisure to be able to study. So it would give us that leisure to be able to do that. And also it would allow students to have unproctored tests. So a student could just take a test, go to an empty classroom, fill it out, take it to a professor's office, and leave. And that would be it. The professor wouldn't have to be there, and it would give students a lot more responsibility and a lot more freedom. And it's something that I think students should really embrace and look forward to doing. I mean, obviously, if a student was caught cheating, there would be serious ramifications for that infraction, and they would be dealt with accordingly by a student and faculty panel that would ultimately decide the fate of that student. Obviously, there's going to be more to come on this honor code. There's going to be informationals. Multiple informationals actually are going to be held this term at various points in the term, so keep a lookout in future State of the Unions and in your email because you'll be getting those soon. So make sure you check it out because it's a really important issue and it's going to affect you regardless of what class you are. But in terms of the process of it becoming an actual practice, it has to be approved by the college's lawyer, and then it's going to go to AAC, which is the Academic Affairs Council, for approval. And then if it's approved there, it'll come to the Student Forum, and if the Student Forum approves it, it will go to a student body and faculty vote. And it will be the majority of those that vote, whatever the majority is, then the academic honor code will either be in place or it would be thrown in the trash can. So be on the lookout for that. So the next thing we talked about was lobster-fest. As some of you may know, the lobster bake for this year was canceled by Dining Services, but Student Forum has picked up the initiative and will be paying for it. And what we want to do is we want to throw on sort of an event. So we're thinking about having some sort of entertainment, and basically we want to make it a fun event still for Union College students. So we set a date. It's going to be May 21st this year. We're still ironing out the location and some of the logistics of it. More will be to come about that. But it's going to be a lot of fun this year. Next thing, this is really for everyone, but it's especially for juniors. We discussed the Calvin G. Schmidt Class of 1951 prize, and that goes to the member of the junior class who has contributed the most to the betterment of life on campus. So, as a student forum, we find candidates, we get nominees, and we vote on them. But we need to get those nominees. So where does that come from? It comes from you, the student body. So, especially sophomores, juniors, really, and seniors, if you know a junior that's really done something great for this campus and you think they're deserving of this prize, feel free to email me, Pete Haviland-Eduah. My email address is havilandp@union.edu. We're going to be voting on it next Tuesday, so the sooner you get it to me, the better. And also with that, please submit a short statement about the individual and list some of their on-campus accomplishments. Furthermore, along the lines of prizes, we're going to be tabling, we're going to have students downstairs in Reamer Campus Center For the Stillman Prize, which is for outstanding faculty, which will also be given out on Prize Day early in May. So we're going to be asking you, the students, to nominate a favorite faculty member that's really done something great for this campus and the student population here. In terms of campus announcements, the first campus announcements will go out tomorrow. Jeremy Fritzen will be sending it out. He'll be sending it out this Wednesday. If you have any campus announcements that you want sent out, send it to Jeremy by Monday, and he'll make sure that you get on there with this. New budget requests will be coming out in the next few weeks. And that was pretty much it for the finance. In terms of the Interfraternal Council, this is a pretty big announcement, so listen up. Again, this weekend, it will be a keg-less weekend at fraternities. There will be no kegs at frat parties this weekend. So I know this was done last term, and there was an incident where a student, hopefully not intentionally, threw a beer into a crowd of people and hit someone in the head. And that really can't happen this weekend. It's not a good look for the college, not a good look for you. So don't do it this weekend, and just know that fraternities will still be open, but they will not have kegs this weekend, so plan accordingly. Alcohol and you. Last week Tim Dunn spoke, and this week an old alumni is coming to talk about how the campus alcohol scene has changed since he was here. In regards to the Minerva House, Minerva Fellows are returning May 3rd to talk about their experiences, so I highly recommend that you go and check that out, because there's a lot of cool trips that students from last year's graduating class took, and they're going to be coming back to talk to you guys about it, so maybe one day you too can be a Minerva Fellow. Really great program, and it's free money to travel, which is pretty cool. Blue House is going to be named Mesa House after Frank Mesa, the head of the Board of Trustees, and that will be dedicated this term. And international students, there's a plan that international students will have housing set aside for them in Minervas, so that they can sort of live in the Minervas and have that space, because in the past, foreign exchange students that were here for 1 year were just kind of thrown in empty rooms, and that's not necessarily fair to them. So we decided that next year there's going to be some space set aside for them in Minerva houses, so that they can become part of the Minerva community. Class of 2010, the Senior Week Committee will be meeting this Thursday, common lunch hour, in Social Sciences 104. The Class of 2011, junior class, they came up with a suggestion that maybe there could be plastic containers for the dining halls, because for whatever reason, sometimes students can't make dinner, so maybe they could just grab a container or something to go. So hopefully we're going to be talking to Dan DeTora in dining services about this, and hopefully we'll work something out for you, student body, that can't necessarily make it to dinner every night. We've also talked about coming up with a plan for students to be better informed via text message when incidents around the Union community out in Schenectady occur, to keep students better informed about safety issues going on in Schenectady. So we're looking into that, and you will be hearing more about that from us in the future. Senior Wine and Cheese is coming up very soon. It's going to be April 16th and then not Memorial, so seniors, look out. It's coming, so it's what you've been waiting for, so get ready for it. OA applications went out today, so be on the lookout for that. There are flyers going around. If you want to be an orientation advisor for next year, make sure you apply. It's a lot of fun, and I recommend that you get involved with that. They're going to be due Monday, April 19th at 5 p.m. The Drink Connection has begun, and it will be going on for the rest of this term. And what that is, many of you have received an email about this from your class president or from other sources, that up to 2 students can go to the Starbucks kiosk in Reamer and get up to $3, get a drink worth up to $3 with a professor. So it's supposed to foster intellectual conversation with professors outside of the classroom. So if you just want to get to know your professor on a level that the classroom studies can't necessarily permit, this is going to be a great way to do it, and you can get a free drink out of it. So up to $3 value, so you can get that for free. That's more or less what we've talked about so far. More will be coming to you from myself and from your class officers throughout the rest of the term. So welcome back, and I look forward to talking to you guys next week. Take care.